So I get asked this question all the time. They be like, Trent, what made you want to make this cake? Honestly, it's any and everything. This week, I was actually at a ramen shop eating some ramens, and I was like, what should this week's cake be? And then it hit me. I was like, you know what? The perfect cake is a bowl of ramens. Hey guys, welcome back to Pastry Playhouse TV. I'm your host Trent Moya, ATL's Cake King, and this week I made a bowl of ramen. So the way I started this cake, I actually started off with a regular bowl and I just filled it with some regular gum paste.
Wow.
So funny thing, when I used to make bowls before, like out of edible materials, I used to cover the outside of the bowl with fondant or modeling chocolate or gum paste. But I come to find out that it's a lot easier if I fill the inside versus the outside. So that's a little insider trick. So one of my more favorite things to do when I'm making edible bowls is definitely cutting the excess fondant or modeling chocolate on the outside of the bowl. It's really fun because it gets it nice and precise and just how I like. Another little trick that I learned about making realistic cakes is even if you don't have the actual item in front of you, I have 1,000 different photos at 1,000 different angles of the same item that I'm making. That way I can take bits and pieces of different elements and kind of correlate it and make it to one big thing. So once I had the bowl all cut out, I had to let it sit out for overnight, and then the next day I went ahead and cut some cake and I filled it with some white chocolate ganache. It's time for one of the dopest parts of the cake in my opinion, and that's the edible chopsticks. All I did was take some ivory modeling chocolate and I cut it into shape and I had to let it dry overnight. So by far the best part of the cake in my opinion is definitely going to be the edible cilantro, and it's just wafer paper that I airbrush green. Now the most tedious part of the cake is definitely adding all the leaves together. What I did was just take a little bit of water and I kind of glued it together, but it's going to take a while to go ahead and do that. So this cake really pushed my creative capability because it definitely has so many different elements, from gelatin to wafer paper to modeling chocolate to gum paste, and I'm really happy on how it came out. Now when making the edible chicken, all it is just modeling chocolate that I rolled into an oval and I just cut it nice and thin like real chicken on a ramen. Once you have the chicken looking how it's supposed to look, I went ahead and just took a modeling tool, added some details to it, and added some brown food coloring. So when I was making the cake, I definitely went ahead and showed pictures and stuff to my family members and stuff, and their favorite part by far was definitely the eggs. So let me show you guys how I made the egg. The eggs are super easy. It's just modeling chocolate and I use a bowling tool to make an indent and filled it with some yellow ganache. So it's super dope when you kind of add all the different elements to the cake and you're able to see how they all come together. And once I added all the different elements, I was like, dang, this looks super dope. I was super happy on how it came out. So the final step was to add the brown gelatin to it, and that's what really made the cake a ramen cake. Well, there you go guys, that's how I made a realistic bowl of ramen's cake. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Until next time guys, stay creative. Don't forget to check out pastry-playhouse.com to go ahead and get yourself some limited edition Pastry Playhouse merch.